just to kind of set the scene a little bit, you guys are some distance away, kind of parked behind some rubble of some building that collapsed for some unknown reason. You can see about 30 meters in another direction, a bunch of little bonfires around this sort of tent community. Back in the direction where you guys were watching, you see a number of spotlights that turn on from one of the buildings, followed by a burst of automatic fire, and then a moment later, another automatic burst,
Hmm.
and then it goes totally quiet.
Sounds
However,
experience.
yeah, the light stays on, however.
It's like hearing crickets in the night out here.
Wow.
So we could distract them with some friendly hacking and maybe some puppeteering of another device somewhere. GM, did I see anything else slaved to this RCC?
It had a number of things slaved to it. I don't think. Can you tell what is slaved to a device?
That is a question not adequately answered anywhere in the book.
Yeah, because it's like marks go up the chain; they don't go down the chain.
And so do the questions and.
Yeah, so I would assume
So-
not. You would know there are things slaved to it, and possibly the number of items that are slaved to it. As for the specifics, without a matrix perception, I would assume not.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I've always seen it done. You can tell the programs that a device is running, though.
Can I tell what
Yes.
programs it had? Wrapper and
Yes, it is running a wrapper. It is also running ClearSight. It is also running FlySpy AutoSofts, 2 of them.
oh, okay. So careful for that. I say at go time, we just nuke this guy. But you guys need to know what's inside before you rush in. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Especially because we got a cybered up troll and an orc. One of them is probably going to be on the ground, passed out. I nuke his RCC. You got a techno, so you guys run wirelessly off.
You
Okay.
know, in my Matrix Studies class, back when I was in school, they told us a bunch of scary things about technomancers. Like they can do things to you and you don't even realize it's happening. Like steal your credit information and like do damage to your Matrix equipment without even even registering as damage. But I mean, that's what my professor told me. That is.
Well, they can also
Rumor.
delete items from your inventory, and they can also steal away HPs. Okay, so now it's going to be up to the muscle side of things. What do you need to know?
I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna walk the fly spy in, get eyes on who's in there. I'm gonna take a look for traps.
Right. So I'm gonna have to keep wrapper loaded probably in place of so
Trying to
smoke and
think.
mirrors and plus wrapper.
I'm trying to think if there's a way for us to get more information from the social angle, since we haven't done like any of that. Obviously, it's character strong point. So trying to find how I can help the team.
What if
You
you
might
get?
just sneak in there. I mean, there's a number of things I could do. I could hack one of his fly spies and then do a snoop on it and then see what's going on feeds. Jim, would you allow me to snoop his deck to get all the feeds at once?
Sure.
Okay, that changes things.
Mr. GM, when we had the street gangs roll to find out about these two gangs that have the area, the Crazy Eyes and the Hidden Brains, did they have a reputation for dealing drugs, dealing in bunraku puppets? What was the general like MO of the gang? Like, what did they do?
The Hidden Brains is a scavenger gang. They travel around on growlers. They take over. They're kind of like a muscle for the Brain Eaters. The Crazy Eyes are rumored to have some kind of a mage. They do deal drugs, a fair amount, but the big thing that they have is one of their buildings that they've taken over used to be an agriculture center, and so when they took over it, they found a big cache of seeds, and so they have a small like acre section, and you guys drove past it, so you saw it, where they fenced it off and put up tarps to protect it from the rain. and they grow corn and other agricultural products, which they mainly keep for themselves, but they occasionally trade.
Okay, because one thing I was thinking is since we do have a socially strong character and a muscly strong character, Muscle is the bodyguard, socially strong character goes up to the Crazy Eyes and says, I represent a farming consortium and you guys have this weird heirloom seed variety. Why don't we go talk inside out of the acid rain and see if maybe we can come to a deal? And at least that way would get some physical meat eyes into the building, possibly into the building to look around and see who is there.
Well, we also have the fly spy that's right there, ready to go in. Do the same thing.
I'm edging that,
I-
Jim. It's
what I was-
just.
I was thinking more along the lines of there's a couple of scary physical combatants in there, and we have one muscle, and it might be helpful to manipulate one or both of these gangs into helping us take these guys down.
So as of right now, we don't know if they're working with anyone, if they've made any alliances. We don't know.
Yep.
For all we know, these guys could be members of one of these gangs.
Well, let's see what the
They
feed
certainly could
says
be.
with this snoop, and then it'll probably be up to the social guys because I'm reaching. I don't
All right,
know.
so there are currently 3 feeds being delivered to this. One of them is a bird's eye view of the entire complex area. It's from some drone that's stationary, very high in the air. The other 2, one of them is looking at your van, and the other one seems to be doing a patrol around the buildings.
All right, I relay that to the team. It's only looking at our van.
It is circling your van.
Our van?
Yes, your van.
We're nowhere near them.
Checking myself for marks.
Is that a matrix perception to check for marks?
Yeah, I'm doing it. But we might stick out. That's the thing. You don't need many hits to do that. You just need slight.
Neither of you have marks on yourselves.
Okay. So maybe we're just sitting here too long, or maybe we're out of place.
I mean, we didn't come back, did we? Right? We didn't go back down there. We're like way up somewhere, right?
Well, we had to be within 100 meters in order to do all the matrix stuff on the building.
Oh, I didn't realize we came back to that. I thought you guys were doing that with the radio signal scanner on the fly spy.
No, because it couldn't see either of the 2 devices.
Oh God, if I had known we were, oh shit. Okay, I misunderstood. Well, I'm just gonna get the A16 and shoot our way in. That seems like the solution now because they know we're coming.
Socials failed.
Not yet. Don't worry yet. We're just some people who pulled over. This is a shitty area. Maybe we're shooting up or beating hookers. You never know.
Well, they're not mobilizing. Maybe they're just curious at the moment. Maybe we could just drive away.
They
So-
don't have one inside the van. They just have one circling.
Right.
So, Mr. GM, so if this quote, air quotes, cyberdeck is receiving a feed from something that is looking at our van, that means it has to be wireless enabled. So I am looking with the matrix perception for the area around our truck. Basically, like what are the closest icons to our truck? And I don't care if they're candy wrappers or if they're, toilet paper advertisements, just anything that's around our truck.
There's a few meta links within 100 meters of you. And there's also a old Soybucks coffee sleeve.
Guys, was the soy box fan?
Hey, do you guys see a Soybucks anywhere around here? And did we determine if that had a sleaze rating? Because that would require some kind of add-on device.
It didn't.
Okay, then if it is a drone under wrapper, actually I take that back because if that's a techno, we could have the echo for wrapper. I take that back.
Well, an RCC can run wrapper.
Yes, but an
Okay.
RCC doesn't have a sleaze rating, so any targeted matrix perception will see through it right away.
Yeah, but you can't slave something to a techno brain, so you can't use wrapper. Even if you take the resonance program.
That's right. So, Mr.
So
GM, with my
this
one
RCC
hit,
is running loud. Is that what you guys are saying?
No, I did a matrix perception for the closest objects around our truck because I'm trying to find the fly spy that's giving the visual feed. And one of the things I spotted was a Soybucks coffee sleeve, but there's no Soybucks out here. So that's making me wonder if this is something that has wrapper put on it because that was one of the programs on the RCC. So that's why I did a targeted matrix perception on the coffee sleeve itself. And if the RCC does not have a sleaze rating through some kind of odd mods modification, then one hit should be enough to see through the wrapper.
Yes, you are able to see through it.
And what is it?
It is a fly spy.
Yeah,
To
Ranger.
clarify earlier, GM, was this RCC slave to anything?
No.
Just double check.
If an RCC is slave to something, it can't then have things slave to it.
Right, that's what I was thinking. You can't daisy chain.
Hey guys, I think I found the fly spy.
Okay.
It's watching us.
All right, then let's just drive away.
You want me to mess with its sensors so it thinks we drove the other way?
No, I'm just gonna drive away.
You should probably whisper. What if it has like high-tech vibration sensors and is reading the vibrations off the windows?
I'm using DNI.
This is the part where
Alright,
me
so
as a
you-
player, I feel a little dumb for forgetting DNI existed for a second. For fuck's sake.
All
So
right,
you'll drive.
is my OS still 3 GM?
Yes.
I'm still sitting in his device, fly on the wall and hidden.
And so you drive away.
Yep, we're just gonna keep driving north.
Fly spy follows you for a little bit, and after about half a mile, it turns around and starts heading back in the other direction.
All right, can I still see what it's seeing? Because I'm still in there.
But yes, you can.
Does it look like it's resuming patrols or?
Yes.
Okay, so we're pretty much out of its range then. It doesn't seem to care about us anymore.
Okay.
Let's run in there with an A16.
Well, I mean, it would work. I'm gonna send our fly spy in to check them out. So I'll give you a pilot air.
No, ours is wrappered.
And don't forget, the machine sprite is gone, so there is no more diagnostics assistance.
Oh,
Since it went wireless off, that completed the service.
right. Brandon, do you want me to re-roll that, or do you just want to take one off of it?
No, please reroll, and have it be a sneak.
That was the pilot air for just the regular flying. I was gonna roll a separate sneak, just for the not crashing.
All right, go for it.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh no.
4. Well,
Worthington table is being mean tonight.
yeah, that's that. We get 4,
Shh, you didn't see that.
and we're gonna perceive inside. Who and what do we see inside?
So on the first level, you can tell that all of the walls of the ground level of this apartment have been knocked out. You can still see the support pillars. There's a couple of cars in here, including a bulldog. One is a very battered gopher truck. The other are like growlers. 2 of the growlers are welded together. There's a number of machine parts all over this place and tools. They're all turned off.
Can the radio signal scanner get a comm code for those vehicles if I do a matrix perception?
They are turned off.
Now,
Oh,
a
okay.
question with the vehicles being turned off. Just because you like with my car, I still have the keychain. If I hit the little button, the doors automatically unlock. If it was an automatic, I could hit the button and it automatically starts. So it's still active on the Matrix even with the engine off, or has it been like power is literally disconnected on these things? There is no Matrix signal whatsoever.
No, you'd have to go down there and turn it on manually.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, they're trying
You
to keep that stuff quiet.
you do see a stairs that lead up, and there's also close to the van, you see like a fire pole, and somebody has taken a sledgehammer or something and knocked a hole out of the wall, out of the ceiling. Moving up a layer, you find yourself in an apartment complex. Again, most of the walls have been knocked down. You're not sure if it was intentional or not, and in some cases they've put in. Looking around, you can tell that some of them have been knocked down, some of them have been replaced with tarps, and you see drones. They look like little Dobermans. These seem to be powered down but connected to the matrix. Moving up the hole again, you find yourself in a genuine apartment complex. There's doors. The walls are still intact. The walls are these kind of gross looking tan with like black slimy stuff on them.
Ugh, scum slime.
Although your olfactory does detect a very strong smell that it identifies as C squared. Flying around, the doors seem to be shut. One of them has a chain around it. And when you get closer to this door and closer to it, you notice that there's noise.
You
Wait,
mean
matrix noise or a
like
noise?
a jammer?
Matrix noise.
Okay. Yeah, because you said that, then I was like, wait.
It's not enough to cut your signal, but somebody is definitely running a jammer of some kind.
Interesting.
So, if we're thinking about this from a game perspective, they don't know we're here. We could run in, disable their vehicles from the ground floor, sweep them through the top, and hit them before they even know what's going on.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Because it doesn't seem like they're heavily armed, and any social angle is just going to alert them more than anything else.
The downside about coming from above is they can run to their cars.
No. Go in from the bottom, disable their vehicles, and move to the top.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
See, that's actually why I was asking if the vehicles were still like battery powered and still present on the matrix. Because if they have to throw a physical switch, that's a lot of extra time. They'll have to run down, enable the engines, then get inside, then start it, drop it into gear, and drive out. So it's not like, my AmeriCar's on the street. As I'm running, I do a send command, and the engine's running, and the door's open, waiting for me.
Now, that's also why you put a motion sensor grenade under it. So if they run to the car, it just explodes when they get there.
There's no motion sensor for grenades. That's
Aw.
impact. The motion sensor setting is an impact grenade. CGL just did an awful job naming them.
Well, I mean, you're going to be in there super fast, so you could put it wirelessly there. But then, they can perceive it. But anyway, if they perceive a grenade there, then they're not going to run to their cars, right?
And let's have a group edge check here.
40%. Oh yeah.
Womp.
Wah wah. 7 hits isn't bad on a group judge check.
So with that, you'll notice coming out of one of the rooms, the door opens, and you see this big old troll. He's got a vindicator, and he's kind of holding it, cradling it like it's a baby.
Hey, guys, I want to fight the guy with. Guys, I want to fight the guy with the vindicator.
Does it have
He's the mini boss.
Does-
You're going to have to take him out. And if you do, he's going to explode, and there's going to be coins all over the place. So make sure you grab as many as you can.
I heard sometimes if you blow up the mini bosses, like boots will fly off too, or like a new helmet. Is he wearing a helmet?
But no, he does
Oh.
have a face mask on though.
Does he have the spray of horns?
Yeah, it's like a crown of horns.
There you go.
So since we have the radio signal scanner on the drone, are we picking up any kind of matrix signal from him?
Yes.
Ooh. And we have the comm codes for those?
Yes.
One of them is his minigun.
Is there a smart link that is wireless enabled?
No.
Oh.
Curses.
Well, we're going to get the drones. That's a big one, right?
Yeah.
I got 2 marks on it, so we're going to hit it pretty damn hard.
So he walks down the hallway, does this specific number of knocks on the door, and then he goes into another room. You do get the comm code. It's like 2 taps followed by 3 fast taps.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we'll see if we can follow him into that door as it opens, right?
All right, give me another sneaking check.
Come on. Yeah, I'm comfortable. Comfortable.
So he goes into a room. There's somebody sitting on a bed. and it's like a cot. This room is actually kind of clean. Like somebody came in here and splayed bleach all over the walls, and then maybe wiped them down afterwards. There's like a little oil lamp in the corner, followed by a camp stove, which has some canned soy baked beans, Boston style soy baked beans.
Is the camp
With
stove
extra
wireless enabled?
CFD.
I was gonna say, does that mean you get an AI in your head if you read them?
That's why they're Boston style and not Boston. But it's not wirelessly on.
Are the beans?
Yes, beans are wirelessly on.
And they're silently whispering, "Come to Mars with us. Come to Mars."
They are indicating that they are 3 years past their expiration date and no longer safe to consume.
Wow, those must be spoiled fucking baked beans. Right? Their canned food lasts forever, right? I'm not crazy thinking that about baked
Pre-crash
beans.
beans. Should be 10 to 15 years minimum. But the stores always label like 2 or 3 years, right? Just
That's
so
true.
that they can sell more.
He sits down on the other cot. The other guy kind of gets up, and then using a little like metal spoon that he pulls out of a pocket, he starts to eat his can. The other guy sneaks up. They start playing cards.
All right, can the fly spy get back out of the room?
It is currently locked in the room with them.
Okay. It can see where they are, right? It can put an arrow up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do something dirty, Worthington. I'm sorry. What do these walls look like they're made out of?
concrete or something.
Pretty soon they're going to be made out of bullet holes, I think.
Is there any windows?
No. They picked an interior room for a reason.
So since this is a professional runner team and they have their own Decker power to keep them safe, certainly they have some wireless enabled grenades, correct?
We should take a look with that radio signal scanner, eh?
None
No.
that are turned on if they have any,
Okay.
because you can't slave stuff to technos.
All right. As we were flying the drone around, did we see any traps, any tripwires, any floorboards that looked like they'd been moved around recently? Had less dust. Any nails that had been pried up from the floor. So, can you think of any other obvious things for traps?
Wireless motion sensors, maybe?
Motion
Tags,
sensors,
sensor
laser tripwires are a big one. Modified floors for collapse.
Yeah.
No. Did we see any of those with the signal scanner? We can run a perception on them or an EWAR.
Nothing that you could see.
Well, Mr. Jam, with 3 hits on an engineering knowledge check, does anything kind of stand out as modified in this building? Like modified as we would care about it?
Well, many walls have been knocked down, and whoever did this knew enough not to knock down load-bearing walls. And with your security knowledge,
Well, they didn't knock it on any load-bearing walls.
and so with your security knowledge, you would also know that they've seemed to have knocked them out in a way to give their drones like crossfire positions.
Mm-hmm.
Drones aren't going to be an issue. But, they're on the second floor. If suddenly their second floor became the first floor, it'd be very inconvenient.
They are on the third
Yeah,
floor.
they're
The
on the
drones
third.
are on the second.
Oh, okay.
So there's literally a
remind
killing floor
me?
between us and them. And what is
Yeah.
how tall is the building?
We have
3
a
stories.
pretty good
Well, I see. They've got a killing floor of drones.
Yeah, so the bottom floor is the cleared out like garage level, if you will. The second floor is where we saw the I believe it was Dobermans.
Okay.
And
Right, so-
the third floor, which is the top floor, is where the kind of still standing apartments are, and that's where they have the big jammer and the troll and the orc.
So it sounds like to me, all you guys have to do is put your faith in the Decker, run through there, approach the second floor just as I nuke the RCC, and not get lit up by Dobermans.
So when you say you guys, do you mean Razzle and Crossfade?
Probably.
Well, I mean, I would go with you guys, but I don't want to show you up. I want to give you a chance to shine and, you know, be great.
Sure you do.
Well, I appreciate that. And can I do like a judge intentions to get a feel for whether he's covering too hard with this? So this is what I heard about technomancers.
Yeah,
Oh God, don't I resist that with con plus charisma?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Yeah.
I don't even have that many dice.
Totally not a technomancer, guys. Wow, can you believe those fiends and how horrible they are?
Those damn dirty technos.
You see this deck I have here, and he holds it up, and it's like a cardboard that's spray painted black.
Word deck on it.
That's why he has a really nice comlink, because he likes to pretend. Don't judge. Don't judge. He has he's wearing Trodes. And I'm not saying they're a cheap brand. I'm just saying they're bulky and obvious that he's wearing Trodes. Obviously. So clearly no techno. What are you talking? Look, a squirrel.
Oh yeah, he's covering for something. So whenever people keep talking about technomancers, you can tell he kind of wants to change the subject.
That's actually why I rolled the composure check earlier, to see how he'd react.
Well, you're going to take care of the cheater, right, Net? And I'm going to take care of the drones because I'm already there. You give it to those dirty cheaters. They come onto our server and they use their outsourced code.
Came into my server. Use scripts you purchased from some man on the dark web. Sorry.
Just remember that when you attack this troll, to hit him really hard so his intestines drop all those coins that are holding.
Right.
And then pick them all up and put them in the bag.
So, I mean, do we just... wait a minute. Are there any buildings next to the apartment building? Like any kind of like neighboring buildings?
Yeah, there was one across the way. In between them was the field of corn.
So in non-meta terms, there's no way to conveniently climb up an abandoned building and just drop down from one roof to the next and be on the apartment building?
Not from jumping. You'd either have to zip line from one of the other buildings, or climb up on your own.
Are you guys good at climbing by chance?
Yeah, I could. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. Use the RPC cloak, climb up the side.
I'm not great at it. Not much upper body strength,
Do you maybe have like a rope and you could like lower it and then like with those big muscles go and just pull them up that way?
We're gonna be better off trying to sneak our way up because he's just gonna get spotted on the outside by those drones.
If you had more cyber, you'd be stronger.
It'd be more cyber you couldn't deck.
Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. That's preposterous and that slanderous lies. So, about this RCC, you said you wanted me to take care of the drones, right? That's not a problem. I'll take care of the drones just fine.
Okay, if we take
No,
care of the drones.
I'm taking care of the drones. I'm already got marks on his deck. I'm gonna blow the thing up.
His deck, yes.
Or his RCC. It's gonna go in a bad way.
Okay, so we smack the RCC, get rid of the drones. Once we do that, he's gonna know we're there. So at that point, it might be better to just rush up past that floor, right? Because we can't smack the drones while we're sneaking up. And if we don't smack the drones while we're sneaking up, they'll see us. But if we smack the drones, then they know we're there. We're a little bit of a catch-22 there, right? So I think we're gonna have to come up from the bottom and just fight our way in. I think that's unfortunately our only option.
Okay, we're gonna have to do like a three-pronged attack. It's like an attack with three prongs. Okay, so imagine in what was that movie? With the tall blue people, how some of them flew on the dragon things that they plugged their hair into, while other ones were on the rhino things that they plugged their hair into, and then other ones jumped onto the helicopter that didn't have anything plugged in because it was a machine. But they attack like from three different directions. So how about you guys start to sneak in, and then if you get found by the drones, then we blow up all the drones, and then you go in and you kill all the bad guys and you rescue the good guy.
Could work.
Eh?
Are there any other vehicles around here that are wirelessly on, GM?
Not in
Wait.
the garage.
Well, I mean, like, let's say that there was a sizable truck, maybe parked somewhere else on the street.
So this is one of the Crazy Eyes tagged buildings, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So they tend they would know. Would they be aware that these guys were in there?
Probably these guys probably paid them off.
Yeah, you note, it should be noted that you did not see in that apartment building, you did not see signs of regular inhabitants.
Okay. So they might claim it as territory, but not really like live there all the time. So the runners could be crashing there.
I mean, it's probably turf. It's a building they claim they quote unquote protect, keep in a reasonable state, and then rent out to whoever needs a safe house. Because that's what that looks like to me.
Wait. This is a Crazy Eyes building. They're fighting the hidden brains. What if we tell their sensors that the hidden brains are trying to sneak in?
While we're trying to sneak in,
But like we send
and
them
then
on
they're
like the
looking for people.
we send them on the right side of the building and we go in on the left.
Well, is there a truck nearby, GM? Or any vehicle that's wirelessly active? Because we could send a truck in ahead, to do a little bit of scouting at high velocity.
You did note that there were the like centipedes.
But of course, the building could collapse. That's the only downside to that plan.
I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident about beating these guys in a fight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll nuke the RCC. You nuke the Techno, and Net Ranger, you nuke the Techno, and then everybody else take out that troll, strip him of coins, and then anybody else in there that you can perforate and send them back to their spawn locations. We'll do that.
Yeah, I think I can. I think I can help out with the fighting.
Sounds like you got a plan, Jim. When you want me to roll that, or when you guys want me to roll that attack, I'll send this thing to hell. Because whatever I do to it, I'm gonna get ×2 because I've got 2 marks on it.
Or
What's
if you see
what's the time of day right
anything
now?
badly wrong with the plan,
It is now nighttime. The dusk has settled, and it has turned into legitimate night.
I'm just saying that because I'm sitting inside of this thing, it's probably a great time to go. Because if we wait too long, then my OS is going to get up and I'm going to lose my marks.
Yeah, I agree. I think now's the time to
And
go.
this area does not sleep. There's going to be people partying into the night. Like, this may be the least active time at the moment. Sometimes the answer is extreme violence, and that's the way it is.
the Shadowrun, man.
Well, in that case, may I suggest you guys write down your plan just to make sure everyone's on the same page. After which, I think we should take a 10, since that tends to be useful.
All right. Well, so I'm thinking that we hit the sec controller, and I'm going to take out the orc and his RCC. So we'll write it out in a. I'll just jot it down here. So you're going to sneak into the first floor. You're going to approach the second. Poppy's going to data spike the RCC. Net kills the guy who's totally not a techno. And then you guys proceed up to the security controller on the 3rd floor, which is the security node.
Something I just realized, we haven't confirmed that our target is in there.
We haven't, but these guys
in the
match the
locked room,
description,
I
and he's almost certainly in the locked room that's being jammed.
Yeah.
And then you're going to enter the archive, which is the locked room.
Mr. GM, while we're writing the plan down, a thought occurred to me. The room that we believe the target is locked in, the chained room with the jammer, is there a window on an exterior wall, or is it a solid exterior wall?
No, it's an interior room.
See, I was going for the confidence. If I just kept saying exterior, I was kind of hoping I could slime that one through. Curse you and your GM prowess.
They've been through their 2 weeks,
And
they
then
lived.
and then you're going to go to the exit portal, which is the car. and then we'll be out of the Foundation with our prize. And then we're going to go back to the Master Controller after and submit our quest and get our rewards. Just don't go into the null areas because you'll wake up the eyes guys and the brain guys, right? So there's no reason to go into the null.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that
All
seems
right.
reasonable.
If everybody's okay with that plan, so let's take a 8 or 9-ish and come back at 40 after,
Okay.
and then go into go time.
Roger Dodger.
Sounds good.
It turns out that the Foundation map does actually work as a planning board. Well,
In
think
terms
about
of
it.
elements of a plan, it all makes sense. Yes.
Think about it. The drones are slaved, right? So they're only connected to the set controller, who's the orc with an RCC, and the security is guarding the archive, which is our target.
The archive can sub in for any kind of target. Set control can be whatever the op4 is. Slave, if it's got anything, is going to be anything that gets taken out incidentally, like drones.
Scaffolding's the location,
Null is
He's got this all
bystanders
figured out.
or potential extra risks.
Yeah. So who's the crazy one now?
Still you.
It's still you. Yeah.
That's
Which
right.
is perfect.